And welcome back. Our last guests are both Bronx natives. Boogie Down BX in the house. Here we go. Just to throw your hands in the air, waving like you just don't care, like a Ginger Rogers and a Fred Astaire. Let me hear you say, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah.
One is the founder and CEO of Cash Cow NYC, and the other is a co-founder of Race the Bronx. And they joined us to speak about their upcoming event, Running of the Bulls 5K race, and much more. So please welcome to the show, Haramritjot Singh and Alex Felicier. Welcome. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you've been on the show before, right? I remember.
Yeah, we've been here with his co-founder, actually. So we were here for the first Running of the Bulls.
Right, I remember that.
So this is our third one, our third annual.
Wow. So how did that first one turn out? Because, the first one's always, we got to iron things out a little bit.
Yeah, it was good. They've done races before, which is why I partnered with them originally, because they know what they're doing. So it went well, the first one, and we've been building. I think the first one, it was like 80 runners or so.
80, 90 runners.
Yeah.
And then it's been increasing every year.
That's not bad for the first one, right?
The second year we had 125.
All right.
The difference this year is we capped it at 100, but we have medals this year and shirts, and Haram always coming up with the good designs.
Yeah. Now is this a qualifying race, a 5K race for the New York City Marathon? Because I think you got to do a 5K race. You got to do about 6 to 8 of them in order to
like the 9-and-1.
The 9-and-1 program, but we're not affiliated with New York Roadrunners, so no. It's just we came up with our own event.
They may come to you because they need qualifying 5Ks to be a part. Well, people who are running, they need to have these 5Ks, at least 8 of them, to qualify for the New York City Marathon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they're gonna knock on your door.
Hopefully, yeah.
Pretty cool.
Hey, so tell us about your upbringings in the Bronx, how you got it all started.
I was born in Brooklyn, raised in the Bronx. I was adopted by what I consider the best parents, but went to school in the Bronx, did everything in the Bronx, got my master's in Stony Brook University, and always thought it was we got to get out of here. And then at some point in my life, I was like, how can I give back? So I actually ended up working with Montefiore for a few years, and then when I switched jobs, I was thinking, how can I still give back? And I've always been a runner, so health and wellness has always been a part of my life that way. And then we sort of started a race event company to bring more running to the Bronx. And to get sort of, as a runner, we always go to Brooklyn or we always go to Manhattan to run. And it's like, how can we get people to come to our borough?
And how did you come up with the name Race the Bronx?
Soul and somebody else came up with it. I'm not that creative. It's sort of straightforward.
You just didn't come up with that.
But it's just something straightforward. We want to put races on in the Bronx, and RTBX is what we created.
And Hiram, how did you get started in the Bronx?
Started in the Bronx, Jacoby Hospital, right off of Pelham. I've been living on the same street my whole life, so I went to school PS 207, PS 7, 141, and then college at Mount St. Vincent, so I'm maybe 2 Bronx.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So that is how I also, like he was saying, wanting to give back to the community in some way. I have a clothing brand, and when I started it, it was more just the creative aspect, but then I also wanted to think about things I could do. So for the Running of the Bulls, it was actually, I was thinking about athletic wear and visuals for that. And I was like, the brand's called Cash Cow. We have the cow on the shirt right here, but visually, a cow running, but the Running of the Bulls, in Spain, that visual came to me more. And I told my good friend Grace about it. She had just started running at the time. She just finished the marathon, which is amazing. So shout out to Grace. And I was like, I have this idea of Running of the Bulls. Wouldn't it be cool if I don't just put out a shirt or athletic wear, and we actually have an event centered around it? And I was like, but I have no idea how to do this. And then she's like, I know exactly who you should talk to. And she put me in touch with Alex and Soul.
There you go, man. And the magic is working.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us more about Cash Cow NYC and Race the Bronx, and what services do your organization offer to our community?
For Cash Cow NYC, like I said, it started off as a clothing brand, more on the creative end, and then I didn't just want to like put community on a shirt and be like, yeah, I'm for the community.
Yeah.
I wanted to show how I could contribute to my neighborhood. So we've done events. We've done like partner with Kingrid Unidos. We've done food drives, a book bag giveaway for the school year sometimes. We've done a basketball tournament called Buckets for the Bronx. That was a free tournament for high schoolers all throughout the city. We did a bicycle giveaway at one point, and that was really cool because I also run my family's construction business. So at one point we had a job where we had to empty out a store, and it just had a bunch of old bikes. Some were in decent condition, some in poor, and some were in pretty good shape. I'm like, we're gonna just toss these. So I reached out to a friend, and then we ended up getting in touch with bike mechanics throughout the city, and over 2 months they repaired them, and then we were able to distribute them to kids, and it was really cool. Like someone got their first bike ever just off of that.
Yeah. You should have told me. I was a bike mechanic. I still have those old tools.
Oh wow!
And we did the sprockets and all that stuff, and we did realigned your spokes and everything. I used to do all that stuff. But then they hooked them up, and you were able to give them out.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Great. I like that. And Alex, how many races? You did about 5. No, you said you did about 3 races so far. Any before that?
Yeah, we started in 2022. We've done 9 races throughout the Bronx. Our biggest one next to this one is called the Soundview 5K. It happens the second week of April.
Soundview 5K. All right. Is that a part of it?
No, this is from our first year of running of the Bulls. But the Soundview 5K is our biggest event in April. We do one in Crotona Park, if you're familiar with that park. We've done a race in Starlight Park. They just renovated it. They added and expanded it. It's really beautiful. If you didn't know, back in the 80s, that used to be an amusement park. So Starlight Amusement Park, I think.
Yeah. What was that location again?
Starlight Park's like right under the 174th Bridge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wow. Transformed now.
Yeah.
Now you're running in it.
Yeah. So 9 events, over 1,500 unique different participants over the 3 years, and we do youth events as well. We call it Youth and Movement. So any under 14, we try to get them on the track running. And we usually get sort of like semi-professional athletes to help them learn how to stretch and do all the right things before they go for a run.
Yeah. I just covered the New York City Marathon. What was that, the 2nd of November or something like that? And I'm usually at the 22-mile mark. It's 4 miles before the finish line. And I do a live broadcast there. And I run for about a block.
Yeah.
Of course, with my recorder. And usually I'm catching people, they call them the stragglers, they're coming along, because the elite runners like, they whisk by you like that. And you cannot run up to try to interview them because you can't catch up to them. You can never catch up to them.
Trying to win.
Because they're running. They're running. So I ran into a guy. I said, all right, I got to pick one. And I found the guy, and I started running along with him. And he was dusting me, too. But I'm still getting it across. And then we went to turn the corner on 5th Avenue by Mount Morris Park.
Yeah.
And I said, I have to give up. This is done. So I'm huffing and puffing, and I wrapped it up like that. So that's my claim to fame. But before that, I used to box, and I used to run my 5 miles and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, the New York City Marathon, that's why I said this may be one of the qualifying runs, because they're looking for 5Ks to qualify to be a part of.
I should get in touch with them.
You should. I mean, and where do you want to see yourself, like, a few years down the line? Because it's getting bigger and bigger, right?
I mean, we would love to have a half marathon in the Bronx. We promote a half marathon, and I don't know if we could get a full marathon in the Bronx, but that's like the ultimate goal.
All right. Well, I'll run in one of them for
Okay.
about a block or two. maybe.
You should come to the Soundview 5K. It's a really nice day.
All right. You let us know
Yeah.
beforehand, all right?
We'll
And
do.
maybe we get some
Yeah.
cameras out there from BronxNet.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What's next for you guys?
Next, besides this, we have Buckets for the Bronx, the tournament I was talking about, coming back.
Yeah.
It's gonna be here at Lehman, so that's
Uh-huh.
gonna be cool.
Buckets for the Bronx.
Buckets for the Bronx, free high school tournament. It was 3v3. We're playing with the idea of doing it 5v5 this year, full court. So that's gonna be something to look at.
I remember you guys speaking about that before.
Yeah.
Yeah. With Jessica.
Jessica, yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
From Kingsford Uni, those, yep.
Right. So, and what's the date on that?
That's
It's going to be
probably
this year or next year?
Next year, like February.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
so
yeah.
There's time.
Yeah. Wow, this year just blew by really, really quick, right?
Yeah.
But let's
Fast.
get ready for the 2026.
The turkey and then Christmas, right?
Yeah. Turkey
Yeah.
toys. The upcoming race is in honor of someone. Did
Oh
you
yes,
mention that?
definitely yes. It's on the shirt as well. It's Felicier Singh.
Uh-huh.
He was the world's
Oh.
oldest marathon runner. He started running at 89,
Uh-huh.
and he recently passed away. It was tragic. 114 years old,
Wow.
but it was a hit and run, and they got the suspect. So, but I wanted to focus more on his legacy rather than his passing and what he represented.
Yeah.
So, and that's the spirit we bring to our own race. It's like anyone can join. It doesn't matter, old, young, fast or slow.
Yeah.
It's a race for everyone, and so this year especially, we're doing it in his honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to meet him a few times throughout the years, and
Tell
just
us
a
a
great
little bit
guy.
about him.
And he just started running late in life. He had
Mhm.
his son and wife passed away, and he went through like a dark time, and running gave him a
Yeah.
way to
Yeah.
process that. And he
That's
just,
like a way out for a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
Ronnie?
yeah, it's a way to mental health.
Yeah.
So we're doing this race in his honor because he was actually one of my inspirations for starting
Mhm.
the race. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And what were some of the things that he did in his life that,
But,
of course, I
yeah,
mean, he
the
lived to be
run-
114, you said?
Yeah, so he started at 89 running, so it's like
Yeah.
it's never too late, And he's done multiple marathons. I think his first one was the London Marathon that he completed, and he was still going when I think he was past over 100. He was still going at it, and he's
So he was the oldest runner in a lot of different races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's
100.
from my culture, Punjab, and he's a Sikh, so
Yeah.
definitely inspiration for me.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Who's eligible to participate in this running, the running of the bulls?
Our whole philosophy is anyone,
Anybody can run.
anybody, everybody.
Young and old.
Young and old, fast and slow. I did the first one, and I was like, it took me over an hour. I caught a cramp,
Well, that's all right. Yeah.
and I just wanted to show, wanted to show my kids, we're doing this.
Yeah, you gotta just keep
yeah,
going.
keep going.
And there's guys, people on the side all the time. I see them like, hey, I
Yeah.
gotta just take a little break right here.
Yeah, I was in the woods, and I was like, there's no Uber coming out here. I gotta finish it. Yeah.
But there's a lot of things that happen when you can get chafe. A lot of people put Band-Aids on their nipples.
Yeah.
You've heard of that, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a thing.
I've worked in some of these areas where they have the first aid center, and they would go in there and they just put Band-Aids on there or
Uh-huh.
use some other stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of Advil.
Yeah. Pain.
Yeah. Well, you got to give us some information on where people can get more involved.
You could go to racethebronx.com
Uh-huh.
and you hit the link and it'll take you where you would be able to register. But that's really it. Our social medias at Race the Bronx on Instagram, on Facebook. I don't know if Cash Cow puts up anything on there.
It's Cash Cow. Yeah. We have the link in bio for the race at Cash Cow NYC at Instagram. If you want to look into the brand and look at some merch, it's the website cashcownyc.com. You want to hit me up directly? It's Haram the Milkman at Instagram. So
Haram the Milkman.
There
All
you go.
right. Yeah.
yeah.
Beautiful. Well, listen, thank you guys for sharing. Thank you
for
for all
having
you
us.
do.
Shout out to you
And
guys.
keep talking
Thank
about
you.
the healthy eating, healthy living.
Yeah.
Get people in there. Now more so than ever before. With healthcare being cut and all of that, you got to pay more attention. We got to pay more attention to ourselves
Yes.
Definitely.
because
True.
we'll leave it at that. But thank you guys for joining us. all
Thank
right?
you for
Come
having
back and
us.
share again. All right.